All right, Dave Knight here at Knight Capital Management. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. I want to make just a quick little video here to say hello, and hope you're having a great summer as well. Finished up June, kind of a dull month of June, and then July. July kind of, it's one of those rough and tough months as well as far as day trading goes. Although there's some good opportunities inside, so I was looking at today's employment numbers. It looked like if you would have come in right after the release around 8:35 or so, there was a nice downward movement today after the employment number release. But I take the week of, take a couple weeks off here at the middle of the year to regroup, recapture, whatever, and get ready to take on the second half of the year. So got some exciting stuff that I'm looking forward to be able to share with y'all in the near future. We're going to continue to move forward. I've been reading lots of material and getting some really neat ideas. I just finished How to Trade Stocks, I believe, but actually I guess that was originally written by Jesse Livermore, and then the rewrite of that book is written by Richard Smitten, and I've went ahead and got myself a Kindle over the break and enjoying capturing and anyway, I'm an avid reader. I love reading, and I've collected. You can probably see behind me the bookcases. This is only a portion. There's some stuff that way to my left that I have a lot more information all over. But anyway, not including downstairs information too. So I said I was 25 years trading. We're closing in on 30 years, and the nemesis, I would say, that was and as far as being a trader for me, was always a day trading environment. So that is the environment that of course you probably hear the kids in the background. They're having a great old time, and don't want to tell them to be quiet because this is kind of an informal, just one-on-one talk. And you probably see this little bump in the middle of my head where I kind of scratched myself, and anyway, that doesn't really matter either, does it? What I really want to talk about today, I just wanted to say hello again and let you know I'm still here, living and breathing, and excited to get ready to start the second half of the year. August, mid-July, roughly, around, I guess about second week of August or so, volume starts picking up, activity kind of kicks in a little bit more. But the month of July, we're looking basically to trade Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday only, and maybe picking up a Monday or a Friday occasionally. Give myself the flexibility to pick up either one of those days. When August comes rolling around, we'll move into full gear again, and we're going to be hot and heavy all the way through to the mid-December when we have our December break. In there, we all have Thanksgiving, and then at the end of December we have the Christmas and New Year holidays. So making the battle plan. A good general makes his strategies well ahead in advance and knows exactly what he wants to do. I guess that's kind of what I want to end this information with. Kind of switch gears a little bit here. When I was thinking about something and how I trade, I thought, well, why don't I put a trilogy together? And I know that's, like that hasn't been done before, right? Well, it's not really for it's really when I'm thinking about writing this, I'm writing it for my kids really, and people that would really like to sit down and learn a little bit more about trading. The first part of this is one of my heroes that I enjoy and I've watched, and probably one of my books that I've shown in the past is Stonewall Jackson and John Robertson, I believe, Robertson wrote on 2-volume access to Stonewall Jackson, which was very accurate. And anyway, so make a long story short, where am I getting at? I'm pretty much putting the outline together now of how I want to put this book together, and the key concept that I really want to stress during this process, something that you've heard over and over again. I've added a little bit to it, and the key concept I believe in trading, and overall in being a winner as a trader, is to cut your losses short. Number one, have a defined stop loss, right? Part two of that saying, I guess the golden rule of trading. If you have your cut your losses short, you should let your profits ride. But I also believe that should be an added component to that, that you should take profits along the ride. And so if you can determine where to unload some of that, is a very, very good way of approaching trading. So just a one-on-one talk, you and I talking here. I'm pretty relaxed here. Just wanted to let you know I'm still here and breathing and enjoying life in general. Thought I would share some information here on a Friday. It'll be in July 8th. Can you believe it's already the 8th of July already? So we're past mid-year right now. My youngest son's turned 6. We had a birthday party. We got away for a while. We're in playoffs right now and All-Stars with my oldest son at this point. So that should be wrapping up here about the third week of July, and then I got football kicking in. It's a good time. I mean, what can you say? You're watching your kids do sports, and I guess in a sense play better than their old man did. So it's actually quite entertaining to me to be a fan and be on the sidelines and help out as best I can. So along those lines, I do want to recommend one book not to get, and this would be this book here, Technical Trading Systems for Commodities and Stocks. I really thought it would be a really neat book to have, and it was recommended by Curtis Faith. I like his books that he's written, and I guess he helped out in this book somehow. So I thought, well, I get it, and maybe I can learn something from it. Well, if you go through it, all it is a bunch of numbers and rules, and I mean, there's some good things in here, I guess, if you really want to get into momentum and so forth. But if you want to get into the reading material, not the best book under the sun to have. I don't have anything. Let's see here. I'm reading a 4-hour work week. I don't know how anyone can ever do that in life, but I'm actually working my way through that book slowly. And I enjoyed the HBO series Game of Thrones, I believe it was, and I'm reading Martin's book on that, the first one of that too. What else am I doing right now? I'm reading. Just finished how to trade stocks. I've got a diary of a professional commodity trader. I've got that one coming in here within the next week or so. I hope to get through that and read that. I try to pound through about 3 to 5 books a month, and when I go on a break, I try to pound out a lot more. Try to get together some of the information I've already put off and put in the past, and then try to catch up. My trading strategy, I'm very confident about that. I've added a little fine tuning to that, and taking care of business. I think you're going to like the surprise that I have coming in July. I was reading some information from Larry Williams and some of the other traders out there. Now, Jesse Livermore himself was a very private individual, and maybe that's why I run my trading room the way I do, is that I am a private individual, and I like that about me. I mean, well, that's just the way I am. That's about it. That's really all I wanted to share today. You start reading all these different. I tell you, kind of the cool thing about reading all these famous traders and whatnot is that you start to realize that, hey, you already got the information. It's all there. Your experience, the School of Hard Knocks is kicking in. Everything that you've done in the past is rolling forward, and what you've learned from the past into the future, it's just a matter of statistics and taking the right trades. Even Livermore talked about staying out of sideways markets. So I think the key to be a successful trader, outside of, if I can leave you with anything, kind of the cool thing that he talked about in the How to Trade Stocks was the sideways markets. And then he also talked about a physiological component and then a pathological component. And you've seen that as traders. If you read, what is that book that I have here? Excuse me for a second. Extraordinary Popular Delusions and the Madness of Crowds by Charles Mackay. I'm sure if you're an avid trader and reader, you've read that yourself. But we all have, well, maybe you haven't, but it's one of those books that you should revisit every so often. The herd mentality. Even Tom Williams talks about the herd mentality. He's learned a lot from Jesse Livermore and Richard Wyckoff, who I've learned from as well. So you can see Tom Williams' VSA concepts inside of the Jesse Livermore system, where he talks about 7 different trading scenarios, like the one-day reversal, and you start seeing basically the same concept like the Bible talks about. There's nothing new under the sun. I believe it says it somewhere in there. If it doesn't, I know someone said it along the way, and sure enough, probably was God at one point. So trading, and you get to the nuts and bolts of it, there's only so many different things that a market can do, right? It can either go up, go sideways, or it goes down. Inside of that, you have well, Jesse kind of determined it as an uptrend. Then he called it a normal rally, and then a secondary rally outside of that, which would be the pathological part of it, or the herd mentality, the part of that zooms up real quick. You see a market that's accumulating and distributing and all the other things that Larry Williams talks about, and give credos out to Joe Ross as well, who's learned all that. There's so many really excellent traders out there. Even my former company at Rockwell Trading and Marcus Highcutter and the great group of people over there that I worked with back then, you just learn so much over the years of being a trader. And I'm very fortunate of all the people that I've been able to associate myself with in my past. So I guess Van Tharp as well. Gee whiz, there's so many really excellent people out there that's given some really good information. Of course, you got to glean that information away, kind of like you take a piece of wheat, you have to glean it and you got to clean it and then get to the root of it. Just like an oak tree doesn't start and grow from this big, it takes years for that oak, from the acorn, to turn into an oak. That's about, I don't know, I just thought I would share some information today and just talk mano a mano. And that's about it. I hopefully you enjoyed this little one-on-one talk. Just wanted to sit down and just you and I have this conversation today, informal, part of summer, part of the dead days of summer, the dog days of summer, dead days. Oh, where did I get that? It's the dog days of summer, right? All right. I hope you have a great rest of your week and weekend. I look forward to meeting you and talking to you on the phone in the near future. I am on vacation mode right now, so I'm not answering anything until about the 12th of July or so, when I start kicking back into gear again. That's about it. Lots of great things. If you want some book recommendations, look on our website. Top 10 books that I have there are there. Probably read most of them anyway. Anyway, there's some good ones out there that I'm reading, and I'll probably be updating that list as time goes on as well. I think I've run into almost my, well, now that I have a minute and a half left and I'm almost talked 15 minutes, let's sit back and just talk for a little bit longer then, huh? How about the Pirates this year? They might have their first year of going over 500. Well, actually, if you think about this in a realistic way, kids that were born and raised in Pennsylvania and Western PA that grew up and watched the Pirates play, right now they're sophomores and juniors in college, and they have not seen a winning season from the Pirates up to this point. There's food for thought for you. And just like all the other teams, I don't try to get too excited about the Pirates anymore, because well, they just trade away all their talent when they get it, and they go get money. And I guess that's the ownership. They're happy giving the bobbleheads away and not putting money into the players and keeping them, and then see if we can. Anyway, hopefully this year is different. They'll hold on to some talent, and maybe we can be competitive in the years to come. All right, I got 30 seconds left to 15 minutes. And I talked about absolutely nothing really, but I did talk about one key concept about cutting your losses short. That in a nutshell is the way to success, as being a commodity or a futures trader. In fact, any kind of trader out there, you got to know where your stop is. You got to know where to get out. You got to survive in this business. Survive to trade another day. We'll talk to you on the next video. Take care, everyone. See you soon. Bye now.